So now what we're going to do is take a look at part 2, which are using smart sheets to teach vocabulary. And of course that's going to come under determining word meanings and under craft and structure. And so there's a whole section in the Make Sense strategies specifically designed for vocabulary instruction, and there are just a variety of different types of smart visuals that you can use for that. So under determining word meanings, one of the things that would be good to take a look at is this section called word connections. So if I click on word connections and just click on the topic, what will open up is this page, which, as you can see, provides a variety of different vocabulary smart visuals. Some of these are definitely K3 oriented and some get way more sophisticated. So let's just take a look at a few of the ones that would be really good to use with the primary grades. The first one we'll look at is the one that's titled Word Reminds Me Of. And so if you just take a look at a sample of that, what you have is the basic idea or the word that you're teaching about. In this case, it reminds me of Charlotte, as in from Charlotte's Web. Related ideas: it has 8 legs, eyes, it's hairy, it spins webs, and so forth, and then draw a picture. So it's really basic. It's basically what's the gist and details and what does it remind you of. This one's a little more sophisticated, but it's pretty cool because what you have is a basic word that you're teaching, and then what are words related to that, and then what are other words that are related to this word. And so it kind of moves outward, sort of like a semantic web. Another one I like is the is about, not about smart sheet. And so, for an example, mammals is about, like live births, warm-blooded, mother nurses their young, hair has hair, fur, etc. What it's not about is it's hatched from an egg, it's not cold-blooded, doesn't have scales, and so forth. A little more sophisticated version here, you have a story like Charlie the Caterpillar. What's the term? What's the gist of what that term means? How the term was used in the story, and what would be a personal experience related to the term. So a word like delicious, which means very good and tasty, how it was used in the story, where Charlie soon found out how delicious green things tasted. And personal experiences, it makes me think of eating a delicious birthday cake. And so what's important to understand about these prompts, it sort of takes you beyond this, look up the definition and write a sentence using the term, but rather cues students to think in terms of what's the gist, how it's used in the story, making personal experiences or connections. Let's take a look at semantic tables. So if you click on that, this page will open up. And here's a sample of a pretty simple one. But let's say the word is precipitation. And so the way semantic webs work is you start with this, and then what are related words. And so we can define those related words as well, and then draw pictures of different types or manifestations of the term. Here's a basic semantic web, which are just basically related words. This one has what's the key word, what are words related to it, and then for each word, what are other specific related words. Word castles is another one, set of smart sheets that are pretty cool. The 2 word walls is one of those. And so what you have is a term, what's the definition of the term, a picture, and a knowledge connection. And this illustrates that. Likewise, this is way more sophisticated. You have a word, what's its definition, what's a knowledge connection, draw a picture or import a picture, and then what would be a synonym for the word, what would be an antonym or something that would mean the opposite, and if there is one, what's a homonym, and then draw a sentence using the term. So here's an example of how that might look with, say, 3rd graders.